Um, I was asked by the organizers to come and basically say, hello, how you doing? Let's get on with the debates. But then somehow it turned into a keynote address. So I'm going to give you something that's kind of in between both. And the first part is that basically, given how dull things have been in our industry over the last maybe 12 to 24 months, it really is nice to finally have something to do. So thanks everybody for coming. We've all been kind of napping for the last couple of years, just boredom upon boredom. So maybe we'll try to create a little bit of excitement here today. Because other than basically a 12-month period of a historically high prices in terms from a tanner's point of view, combined with a drop in prices that is similar to anyone been to Disneyland on the Superman roller coaster. It's kind of felt like that a little bit for the last few months. A supply that's really been challenged all over the world by drought and a lot of overcapacity issues now around the supply chain, to less than a robust economic picture, certainly in the country we all happen to be in today. And this slump in really what has been the engine of the world has created not only confusion, but I think it's also created a good deal of concern as multiple governments around the world try to figure out and get their hands around what's going on. Not to mention what we've seen in the last 10 days in terms of global stock markets up, down, all over the place. So with all that going on, again, there's absolutely no question at all that our industry is in an extraordinarily challenging time. But the reality of it is that our industry is always in a challenging time. And, you know, we've had over certainly centuries, I guess, we've had supply and demand challenges. We've had disease challenges. We've had transportation challenges. We've had environmental challenges. We've had compliance challenges. And we've had business and ethics challenges. And the list really can go on for a long, long time. If we sat here and we kind of brainstormed a list, I think we could probably cover the walls. But from a tanner's perspective, kind of that's what we do. And we've been in it, and we're all in it. And the reality is that we build, we equip, we hire, we staff, we buy our raw materials, we buy our chemicals, we pre-position, all of this without a single order. Without a single order. And the reality of that is that that's all done, that challenge is all done with looking at a crystal ball that in most cases is not exactly the clearest crystal ball you've ever seen. There's no doubt that the tools that we have today are better than the tools we had 10 years ago, and a lot of that has to do with the cooperation and the advances of the customers that buy our end product. But the reality of it is that there is not a lot of shared risk in our industry, and that's the reality of our industry. These are all very real challenges, and ones we'll face today, ones we'll face tomorrow, and probably in all likelihood ones we'll face next year as well. But with all that's going on regarding this conversation around supply and demand, there are real critical conversations that we need to participate in. And we're going to have a few of those today in the 3 breakout sessions. We're going to talk about where the market's going. We're going to be talking about what's going on with lost market share, and we're going to be talking about upholstery level and what's going on with leather and what's going on with the value of that. Each session has its own timely and important content. As we listen and participate in the conversation and think about the challenges we face, I would suggest we think about what I believe to be the greatest challenge and also the greatest opportunity of all that we face as an industry. And that has to do with perceived relevance. The perceived relevance of our product. Our product is leather. We in this room know what we do. We in this room know what we raise. We in this room know what we utilize to make our product. And where we create and get our raw material. Start with the greatest example of repurposing a waste stream in the history of mankind. Perhaps the first ever thrift shop. We in this room understand the value of nature's almost perfect wrapper. It bends, it moves, it breathes, it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's strong, it's durable, it's not always pretty. Mine's not necessarily pretty, but unarguably beautiful. With a true purpose to protect, with a true purpose to protect and provide comfort, a natural product created with nature's versatility. And with all the challenges that are going on around us, this is our challenge. To be sure the rest of the world understands what we're doing. We must push back against any perception that there is an equal substitute for leather. Yes, technology has and continues to create new materials, but not with the menus of value that leather provides. Our challenge is to expand the added value message of nature's perfect wrapper and work to bend the perception curve towards the goodness and positives of today's product, today's process, and today's industry. To bend this curve, we must hold ourselves accountable. To bend this curve, we must educate internally and externally the benefits of what we do, broadcast our accomplishments, and discuss our goals. Our value starts with our product. The health of our industry depends on keeping that product, our product, unique and understanding that today's world demands transparency, compliance, and integrity. I hope that we follow this message as not only as we listen today to the three presentations, but we take this message through with us to our companies, to our customers, and ultimately to our consumers as we try to bend that curve of perception about what is an excellent industry. So with that, I hope you enjoy the day, and I hope you embrace the opportunities to have a conversation today. Thank you.